Through the magic of time travel, ladies and gentlemen, we move forward to the next day in our recording, and welcome back to the 2020 Justin and Tyler Movie Awards, and this begins our main event of the year, which is our top 30 best movies of 2020. But first, before you continue on criticizing us for our choices, we now turn the spotlight onto you, the fans. And obviously, 2020 was a very weird year in cinema. What I had asked you multiple times throughout the year is, what was your favorite movie of 2020? Difficult sledding for a lot of people where they didn't get to see a lot. Later on in the year, changed it up a little bit, asked people to give me their top 2, top 3, top 4, top 5, put a points rubric on it, all kinds of fun stuff. But what you need to know is we have compiled the fans' choice for best movies of 2020, which we will present to you now, before you get to go back to making fun of us. Since we're focusing now on you, the fans, now we have to focus on one particular fan. That particular fan is Andrew Warren. Andrew is very invested in a particular part of our presentation of the movie awards that we haven't gotten to yet this year. But we couldn't let the year go by without paying off Andrew on his loyalty. So this is how we're going to do that. We have our donuts. We don't have a half dozen like we usually do. We're scaling things back. We're trying to be healthier in 2021. We've gone from a dozen to a half dozen to 2 each. But don't worry, the donuts are here and shall be consumed. The gimmick here is that Tyler does not know what this list is. I've compiled this completely. So Tyler has no idea what is on this list or what order it happens to be in. Now he knows how I went about it, but has no idea what's actually on it. I always go about making sure that he can't see my posts when I ask for this information. So
and then I always react to it on the basis of, can I see it being like the best movie of the year objectively? My opinions here will not demonstrate my own views on the movie, just whether I could kind of see that reaching that level,
right.
Which may not make sense to anyone because it's completely subjective. Mm-hmm. But like in previous years, it's been like, yeah, I could see like a superhero movie being someone's favorite because they have bias towards a superhero and they're big or whatever, right?
Right.
I want to make that clear because I spend this whole time mocking people, right. Jokingly, and yeah.
I guess you kind of got to change the context a little bit this year, because
this
like
different.
This year it's more like, okay, can I see this in somebody's top 5?
Yeah.
Or top 3 or whatever. So the context changes a little bit, but the basic idea is the same. So we're going to start at the bottom. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, an 11 movie tie with 1.14% of the support each. So we are looking at Birds of Prey, Hamilton, The Social Dilemma, Console Wars, Extraction, Palm Springs, The Trial of the Chicago 7, Soul, which surprised me that it was that low on the list,
yeah.
Enola Holmes, The Midnight Sky, and Wonder Woman 1984, which you could make the argument was like the biggest thing to release this year, even though it certainly didn't get to release the way that it wanted to.
Just give it to me.
Sure.
I'll just say yes or no.
Yeah. Birds of Prey.
I guess I could see that.
Hamilton, which is a movie version of the stage show.
Sure, because I figured the people going to see that are invested in that.
Yeah. The Social Dilemma.
I'm glad that there's people who think that's the best.
Console Wars.
I didn't even realize there was a Console Wars movie.
Apparently there was.
I didn't even realize it.
Was that maybe based off the book? Possibly?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
which was a good book, and that's interesting. I must be a gamer.
Yeah. We had
gamers.
a very small number of gamers. Extraction.
I like that movie a lot, as I said in a previous video, but I really can't see it being like the best movie of the year. So no, I would say no.
Palm Springs.
Yeah, because I've seen people really adore that.
Trial of the Chicago 7, I think you said you didn't see.
No, I didn't see, but it's like a big serious movie, but it didn't really seem to get a whole lot of traction. I mean, maybe lots of people watched it on Netflix, so I never really saw the numbers on that. But no, I guess I can kind of see that.
Soul, we said.
Yeah.
Enola Holmes.
It's a weird one.
Yeah, because you saw that one.
No, I didn't see that one.
Oh, I
just
okay.
don't know that movie. I mean, again, tastes are all subjective. I'm not criticizing someone's taste. I'm happy for whatever movie people think is the best. But I just kind of wonder how many movies that person has seen. I'm sorry, person, if you're watching this. Maybe you've seen 180, and you just happen to really like Enola Holmes.
Yeah.
But I'd find that one odd because it kind of just came and went.
Yeah.
People really liked it though, so I guess in that sense.
Midnight Sky and Wonder Woman 1984.
I mean, I can see Wonder Woman. It's a superhero movie. Like I said earlier, it's like any superhero movie, I can always see that being someone's favorite.
Yeah.
Midnight Sky that's a weird one. That's a weird one.
All right. So the next block is a 7-way tie for 15th overall, with 2.27% of support each. 1917.
Of course, I can see that.
Yeah. Bad Boys for Life.
That person just wants to have a good, or people, whatever, just want to have a good time.
They can't be stopped
I
now.
can't be stopped now. I can respect that. I cannot see that personally.
Borat subsequent movie film.
Yeah, why not?
This will be a funny one for you. To Five Bloods.
By the way, people, that was my number 5th worst movie of the year. but I can see it being someone's favorite though. It's Spike Lee. I can totally see it.
If someone really digs Spike Lee.
Yeah, I mean, I can see. I don't think it was competently made, but I can see it. Yeah.
Mank.
Oh, I can. Yeah. Anytime Fincher releases something, I can see that.
Death to 2020, which was like a Netflix.
Yeah, that popped up. I didn't watch it or anything, but I feel so. This is a conversation for off camera, but I feel so weird about that kind of stuff. But anyway.
Yeah.
I guess maybe because everyone hates 2020.
And Vampires versus the Bronx, which is one of the most interesting titles that shows up on the list. I kind of wish I would have seen it.
Yeah. We need to talk because I would like to go into these people's brains. I haven't seen it, but it's just such an odd choice that I really respect that choice.
Yeah.
Throw those curveballs in there, right? Like everyone else loves Soul and Mank and all these big movies that will get nominated for Oscars, but not me. My favorite is, I assume, a somewhat trashy comedy.
I would have to
movie,
think so.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I'm just assuming it's a horror comedy. I respect that pick.
Next is a 3-way tie for 12th, and they had 3.41% of the vote each. Emma, Onward, and Guns Akimbo.
Guns Akimbo people dug, but I don't know that I see it. Emma, yeah, because partially because it's in every list I've looked at for critics, and critics and fans don't actually differ as much as people think. As I examine week to week, but
this is true.
I don't know that I did it for Emma though. But what was the other one? Onward. Any Pixar I can see. Yeah, I can always see a Pixar movie being someone's fate.
All right, now we're getting into the high ones. We're getting into the top 10. This is a 5-way tie for 7th. 4.55% of the vote each. The Invisible Man.
Yeah.
I'm Thinking of Ending Things.
Yeah. Kaufman. You can always see a Charlie Kaufman flick getting in there.
Sound of Metal.
Yeah.
Freaky, which is an interesting choice. I mean, I saw it. I enjoyed that take on the trope.
Right. I saw it too, and I think I might have actually seen your rating. I didn't love it, but like I almost gave Vince Vaughn a nod for actor because he was the best part in The Binge.
Mm-hmm.
It was a small part. He was the best part in Freaky as a teenage girl, and there was another movie he did, and I can't remember what it was, where Arkansas, where again he wasn't the main character, but he was like the best part, and I wanted to call this like the Vaughnaissance.
Nice.
Like he was in my list. I just remember that now. So, but yeah, like I wanted to give him a nod because he's the best part in all the movies he's in nowadays.
Yeah.
And I just can't necessarily see Freaky being. I guess it's top. I guess we're doing top 5.
Yeah. So like falling in somebody's top 5, maybe.
Yeah. I guess if you're into those kinds of movies, because there are those people who just are like horror people or horror comedy people. They love like the slasher flick and they love like this kind of thing, and I can see them like really digging that, I guess.
And Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was the thing because I watched it last year. Yeah, I mean Kevin Smith, so I guess I could see it.
If you're big.
Yeah, if you're a big Smith fan that hasn't abandoned him, kind of like I have. Although I did like Jay and Silent Bob reboot, but I did not like Yoga Hosers.
Right.
And I thought that what was the podcast one called again?
Tusk.
Tusk was really good up until Johnny Depp showed up.
Right.
And then he just tanked his own movie. But if you're a Kevin Smith fan who can get over that a little bit and stuff, yeah, I can see any Kevin Smith movie being within someone's favorite because he's like still like a cult figure.
4-way tie for third place. 5.68% of the vote each. And there's some real interesting ones in here.
Good.
Alive, which is a Korean short film.
But the fact that it was Korean, I was like, ooh, maybe I should watch this. And then it was like, okay, I don't know what it is. And it was like, short film on top of that. Good for you, person.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know this one, but good for you because I love me. I do a thing every week to watch a short film.
Yeah.
I love short films.
There we go. New Mutants.
Fuck that shit. That's like the one superhero movie that I cannot see that being someone's favorite. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I guess spoiler, I didn't like the movie, so it doesn't show up in my top 30, but I also don't know that I, like, absolutely despise. I can't remember, but
Right.
I don't know. I can't see it.
Or even in somebody's top 5.
Yeah.
And clearly, if it's this high in the list, it was multiple people.
Wow. No, I can't see it. It'd be like if X3 came out.
Right.
And there was a whole bunch of people who were like X3. It's like, yes, I understand the superhero love. Specifically for X-Men because I also love X-Men and can't wait for them to show up in the MCU, but it's a hard sell, the New Mutants and stuff like that.
Small Axe, which is not only a short film, but a short film anthology.
Yeah, but that's Steve McQueen.
Yeah.
Which I didn't watch because I didn't know. There was this debate this year of whether they count as a film or not. And I was like, well, I think they do, but I just never really got around to watching it. But everyone was gushing over that.
Yeah.
And it's Steve McQueen, who people have gushed over his 12 Years a Slave, which I actually haven't seen, but I loved Hunger many years ago that he made. So people love him. I can totally see that.
And Just Mercy.
Let me see. Was that you? Did you just sit there and vote on your own thing a few times?
I may or may not have stuffed the ballot.
Like the American election, I don't actually believe
Russian interference in the fan favorites. Interestingly enough, and this I don't necessarily know that this has happened every time we've done this, but not only do we have a consensus number 1, we have a consensus number 2.
Okay.
So there's not like a tie for second place. So in second place, all alone, 6.82% of the vote. Do you have any guesses?
Tenet.
No, Tenet does not appear on this list.
Good.
Number 2, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, the people's champ. and I am with you people. It's not my favorite movie of the year, top 5, but like I am so with you on Sonic.
Yeah.
And I would have been surprised before it came out, but when it came out, and like I've actually recently looked at Rotten Tomatoes reception, just out of curiosity's sake. It's quite high for the audience.
Okay.
Like it is like the people's champ. It's great. It's wonderful that so many fans latched onto that.
Yeah. Consensus, number 1 fan favorite best movie of the year. 9.09% of the vote. Nearly 10%. Any guesses?
No, I'm out.
You're out? Bill and Ted Face the Music. The consensus number 1 pick.
Y'all waited years for that, and I guess you liked what you got.
Bill and Ted fans just sitting in the shadows, just waiting. They're like, come 2020, it's coming back.
I'm not surprised. I'm usually not surprised when something's like a sequel either, because you already got that built-in fan base who is more likely to really love the movie. And it helps that it was a good movie on top of that. But even taking out my own personal opinion, which I try not to inject too much of in this part, Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
If people going to see Bill and Ted, probably like Bill and Ted.
And I mean, like, there's been so much love for Keanu.
Yeah, that too.
In the last 5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, look, this year we're probably going to get it again because now Matrix 4 is coming. As long as that doesn't completely destroy itself, which hopefully it doesn't.
Yeah, that's
worried. A little worried, but you never know. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your consensus fan favorite best movies of 2020. And as we do every year, thank you very much for your participation in that. And now we will move on to our top 30 best movies of 2020. That is going to be over the course of the next 3 videos. The next one that you're going to see is the first part, which is numbers 30 through number 21.